last bell of the day had rung 20 minutes ago, but Emily Dawson was still seated at her desk in room 212, pretending to finish her history notes. In truth, she was waiting for the building to empty. She liked the hush that settled over the school after everyone left. The way the fluorescent lights hummed louder, the distant slam of lockers echoing like gunshots down vacant halls. Today, though, the quiet felt different. Heavy. She packed her bag slowly, glancing toward the front of the room. Miss Harrow had rushed out right after class, muttering something about a department meeting and forgetting her lunch again. Her rose gold phone was missing from its usual place on the lanyard around her neck, but something else sat on the corner of the wide oak desk. A phone Emily had never seen before. It was plain black, scuffed and old, the kind of burner phone you'd expect to see in movies. No case, no charm, just a faint layer of dust smudging the screen, as if it had been sitting there for days, maybe longer, and no one had noticed. Emily stood, her sneakers whisper quiet against the worn linoleum. She told herself she was only going to look. Maybe it belonged to a substitute. Maybe someone had turned it in. The hallway outside was silent now. Even the janitors hadn't started their rounds. She reached the desk and leaned over the phone. The screen was dark. She hesitated, then tapped it once with her fingertip. It lit up instantly. No lock screen, no passcode. Just the home screen. A default wallpaper of rippling water and only two apps visible: Messages and Phone. Before she could process that, a notification banner slid down from the top. A new text message. No contact name. Just a string of digits. The preview read, "Don't trust her. She knows." Emily froze. The words seemed to throb against the glass, the capital letters sharp and deliberate. Her mouth went dry. She glanced toward the door, still open a crack, the hallway beyond dim and empty. She could hear her own breathing, too loud in the quiet. Who was her, and what did she know? The phone buzzed again, vibrating sharply against the wood. A second message appeared beneath the first. "She's coming back soon. Get out now." Emily jerked her hand away as if the phone had burned her. She took a step back, heart hammering. This wasn't a wrong number. This was meant for someone. Someone who was supposed to find this phone. Someone like her. She should leave it, walk away, go home and forget this ever happened. But her feet wouldn't move. A third buzz. Softer this time, almost patient. She looked down. "You already looked. It's too late." Emily's heart slammed against her ribs. She grabbed her backpack from her desk and bolted for the door, no longer caring how loud her footsteps were. She reached the threshold just as the sharp click of heels echoed from the far end of the corridor. Miss Harrow's heels. Emily knew that sound. Quick, precise, always faintly impatient. She ducked back into the classroom, pulling the door nearly shut behind her, leaving only a narrow sliver to peer through. Miss Harrow appeared at the intersection of hallways. Tote bag slung over one shoulder, keys jangling in her hand. She was looking down at her rose gold phone, frowning at something on the screen. Emily pressed herself against the wall beside the door, trying to slow her breathing. The footsteps grew closer. Miss Harrow was coming back for something she'd forgotten. Emily's gaze flicked to the teacher's desk. The black phone sat exactly where it had been. Screen dark again. Innocent. The footsteps stopped right outside. Emily held her breath. A soft sigh. The rustle of fabric as Miss Harrow stepped inside the room. Emily couldn't see her now, but she could hear everything. The scrape of the tote bag being set down, papers shifting, the faint creak of the desk chair. Then silence. A long, terrible silence. Emily's legs trembled. The hallway behind her was a straight shot, no turns, no cover. If Miss Harrow stepped back out, a faint electronic chime cut through the quiet. An iPhone receiving a text, Miss Harrow's phone. A pause. Then a low, almost amused exhale. "Clever," Miss Harrow murmured softly, "but not clever enough." Emily's blood turned to ice. She heard fingers tapping on glass, typing, too quick, too sure. Another chime. A message sent. Footsteps followed. Slow now, deliberate, moving toward the classroom door. Toward Emily. She backed away silently, deeper into the shadows behind the tall supply cabinet. The air smelled of dry erase markers and old paper. The door swung wider. Miss Harrow stood framed in the doorway, silhouetted against the hall light. her gaze sweeping the room with calm, unhurried eyes. Emily clamped a hand over her mouth. Miss Harrow's eyes passed over the desks, lingered on Emily's abandoned history notebook still open on her chair, then shifted to the black phone. She crossed the room, picked it up, and turned it over in her hand as if weighing it. The screen lit beneath her thumb. Emily couldn't see what it displayed, but she saw Miss Harrow's expression change. Just slightly. The corner of her mouth curved, not quite a smile. She slipped the black phone into her pocket. Then she looked straight toward the supply cabinet, straight at Emily, as though she had known all along exactly where she was. "Emily," Miss Harrow said gently, her voice warm and familiar, the same voice that praised essays and reminded them of deadlines. "You can come out now. We should talk." Emily didn't move. The hallway lights flickered once, then steadied. Miss Harrow waited. Then she reached for the switch. The lights snapped off. The fluorescent hum died instantly. Darkness swallowed the room. And in the black, Emily heard the door close with a soft, final click.